Hey, what's up, man? We're going to continue our basketball previews with Bryan Station High School and Coach Champ Ligon. Coach, what's going on?
Hey, just trying to get ready for this season, man. We're working hard every day. I think we got a chance to be really good, but you playing in the 11th region, it's tough every night out.
The beach, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, first of all, you're looking dapper in your green there.
Oh, thank you. I had to make sure
represent our defenders.
Right.
We appreciate that, Coach. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Now, last season, you had a pretty successful season as far as, getting you're implementing your culture and getting things going. You lose maybe two of your top scorers. You got most of your team coming back. They were young, sophomores and freshmen. Now you got a lot of juniors and sophomores. Tell us what to expect from the defenders this season.
Hey, we're deep. We're athletic. We're tall. We got length, but we also got athleticism. We basically got our two best players back there, our two leading scorers. Mari Owens, a rising sophomore. He was Rookie of the Year in the Dirt Bowl this summer against me.
Great,
He's an amazing talent. Felix Gonzalez, 6'7" junior for us.
Really did a couple of games with him, and you can kind of see his rawness, but you saw his kid. He's got some potential.
Yes, he does, and this should really be a breakout season for him. I'll really be shocked if he doesn't average a double-double. Another kid, Tayshawn Adams, another sophomore coming up. Man, people don't know about him, but they're going to. But that's just three guys of really 12, 13 kids that can all play. They've had great success on the freshman level, the JV level. We're coming. You better be ready because it's going to be 32 minutes of up and down pressing basketball.
Now, how do you feel about these so-called experts who put on Twitter or Facebook and list their top 10 teams, whatever, and you're not seeing Heron Station's name mentioned? I mean, yeah, he was 11 or 19 last year, but like I said, it was a very young team, and you put it on freshman point guard who's outstanding. But like I said, are you surprised that they're forgetting about Station?
Well, I mean, we had a great summer, and I think some people took notice. I think, in Cat Paws, like we're fifth in the region, considering the last 2 years we haven't even been on the list. Somebody's taking notice, but I personally think we can be higher than that. I think we can be really, really good.
Yeah, like I said, Mari Owens, especially man, just being a sophomore. Can you tell us two things? Can you tell us about his growth and when you decided to take the reins off of him, turn him loose? I know you had him, he's playing a little freshman early on. When did you all decide to take the reins off of him and let him go?
Probably halfway through the first game against Clark County. It was like GRC, man. It was like, all right, it's time. So he was truly our best ball handler last year. He really kind of made our offense go. And, I mean, yeah, it took about halfway through that first game to say, yeah, we're going with this guy.
Now, as you get ready for this season, like we said, 11th region, always crazy. We call it the Wild West. What is it going to take for the defenders to contend and compete in this region?
Well, it's going to take. I mean, we're going to have to just keep working hard, getting better every day. It's also going to take a level of consistency that maybe we didn't have. Like we played a high level one game last year, and then like the next game, what happened. But we're getting older, more mature. That's going to come, but it's just going to come. Just hard work, day in and day out, coming ready to play every game, and I think the kids will bring it. We got good kids. Our leadership needs to develop a little bit because I mean, really, Amari's just a sophomore. Tayshawn that I mentioned is just sophomore, but we got three seniors. Davion Adams, which is Tayshawn's older brother, and Matt Kalinsky and Bryson Carpenter, the DePaul. They've been in the system. This is the third year. They also bring a lot to the table. But if I was looking for anything right now, just a little bit more leadership, the guys holding each other accountable. I can't do it all.
And Coach, you talk about your leadership. How do you get that out of kids like Davion Adams and some other kids, probably not as vocal? How do you get these kids to come out of their shell and be a little more
Well, that's a $1 million question. It can be a little difficult because the kid's not a natural leader. It's something like, you either got it, you don't have it. But we try to put them in situations where they lead the team, uh, and make them be vocal with their teammates. Like especially with those seniors, we kind of pick one out each day and do different activities where they've got to lead the show.
All right, Coach. Now that you have these experienced players in the fold and talking about leadership, yes, sir, that's what I was going to say. Is it easier for you right now this season, or is it more you got to be a little harder to kind of keep them on task?
I don't have to be harder to keep them on task, but I'm just hard in general sometimes, man. Like if it's not going the way I want it, then you're going to see that frustration leadership out of me. So no, I think they kind of understand. This is year 3. Every place I've been in year 3, we've taken a really big jump. They understand the expectations, and there's really, we got it in our locker room. No excuses, and it's time to put up or shut up.
Then kids in a regular suspect we should be on the lookout for. I know you got Justin Richmond, nice little shooter, guard, junior. Then kids like Christian Gurdon. Is anybody else you think you'd be leaning on this year?
Well, I'm going to tell you who's the most improved player in our program is Antoine Burton. He's about 6'5", 6'6". He's been sort of raw, but he just keeps getting better, and keeps getting a little more polished all the time. And he's a really good backup to Felix, and they're going to be a nice 1-2 punch. You may even see them in the game together at times. But he's got length. He's an excellent shot blocker. He's starting to finish around the basket, and 100% coachable. So you're gonna see him coming up.
Now, Coach, as you get ready for the season, what's the one thing that's kind of keeping you up that you worry about going into the season?
Just that leadership issue. Like I said earlier, we got size, we got length, we got athleticism, we got experience, we got depth. But what we haven't had really the last 2 years, or at least in a positive way, is that leadership element. Somebody when that adversity hits is gonna step up, get his teammates together, and get the ship right. So I think we'll be okay. But if there was one thing that I do worry about, it's just that.
You got any questions?
Yeah, Coach. As far as you said, you have a lot of depth. How long is it going to take you to get a rotation together? As far as
Hey, that's a good question because we just scrimmaged down at Pleasure Ridge Friday night, and we won. We didn't execute nearly as well as I would have liked. It was 88-80, so we not a lot of defense, but a lot of ripping and roaring. We got like 12 guys that can play. Really, it's 14, but if you really got down to, there's 12 guys that once you get past the top 2 or 3, there's not a lot of separation on a given night. And that's going to be extremely important, is getting that rotation down. And I was sitting on that bench and during the Pleasure Ridge game going like, looking at the coaches like, we got to figure this rotation out. We've already been talking about that. That's another issue because you got a lot of guys that can play, and that's a great thing as long as you don't start having jealousies and guys getting upset. So that's crucial to get that rotation.
Now, we've seen Coach Cal kind of implement a platoon system. Is that an option, Coach? Maybe green and gold team, something like that.
Right. We did that a little bit last year with some success, but that's really not my style. Not like five at a time. Yeah, Cal style is like 6 guys. But it's a good thing when you have depth like we do. And the thing that I think will help us with that is the kids, all the players like each other. They're unselfish, and they're just great kids. So it's an exciting time, man. It's it's all potential right now. It's all like what you hope for, but we should be ready to really do some good.
Now, just on that one, when you're in that situation, how do you do it? Do you kind of go in sitting like I play him five and then him five and then make it see who is on the better end of that five, or is it kind of like he's hot, I'm gonna ride him until he runs out?
Well, I think there's an element of if a guy's high, yeah, you're gonna ride him, but you have to have an idea of like, okay, if we got to substitute Amari out of the game, who's going to take his place? If so and so comes in, who's the guys got to know what positions are playing, like, and so forth. So it's going to be a task with these guys because we got so many guys that can do so many different things and so many potential lineups we could have. But it takes a little time. It's going to take a little time. And then the other thing, guys got to accept the role. They got to understand, like, okay, hey, we're deep. I'm not going to quite get the minutes I want. This is my role. Let me do that role instead of trying to do somebody else's role or do things they can't do.
Coach, your season with Dunbar, what's your taste for that first game?
Well, I mean, the last 2 years, Dunbar has got us. I mean, it should be a real revenge factor for us. When I was at Station the last time, we beat Dunbar the last 17 times we played. So me getting back at Station and losing to Dunbar, I'm like, it's not a happy experience for the players or myself. So all I can say is Dunbar better be ready because if we can't get fired up to play Dunbar, it's going to be a long season. There's some revenge factor there. They've gotten us the past 2 seasons. In fact, last year, one of the late regular season game, we had them down 8 going into the fourth quarter, and then we didn't score for 6.5 minutes. Ended up dropping. That one hurt. So I can't get in my players' heads, but in my head, it's revenge time.
Get you. Say no more, Coach.
All right, Coach. Well, we look for big things out of the defenders. Good luck in that 11th region,
I
Coach.
appreciate it.
And keep doing big things.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys having me and work hard.
We look forward to big things out of the defenders. Stay tuned.